Hello, friends. Today I will tell you about the 2016 film called Lady Macbeth. A young girl named Catherine marries a man much older than her. A maid named Anna takes care of Catherine before going to bed. Left alone, Catherine is waiting for her husband, who, entering the room, immediately makes it clear that the girl will stay at home all the time and not go out. After Alexander's demand to undress, Catherine turns out to be naked, after which the man turns off the light and goes to bed. In the morning, sitting on the windowsill, the girl looks out the window, so the first day of her new life flies by. A day later, the next morning, Anna comes to Catherine's room to open the shutters on the windows. Catherine is very sad from such a gray and boring life, and from entertainment the girl has only a window with a view of nature, as well as a fireplace, looking at which Catherine constantly falls asleep. From this lifestyle, the girl gets tired quickly. Without waiting for the end of dinner, Catherine goes to her room, which Boris, Alexander's father, does not like, which he expresses to Catherine, demanding that the girl does not fall asleep and waits for her husband in the bedroom. Anna goes after Catherine, whom Boris orders to monitor the fulfillment of his request. After a while, a drunken Alexander appears in the room, demanding that Catherine undress while sitting next to the fireplace. Catherine undressed with her face to the wall, as required by her husband. Catherine hears the sound of unbuttoning trousers behind her, after which Alexander takes up manual labor. In the morning, Catherine asks Boris where her husband has gone. According to the old man, there was an explosion in one of the mines belonging to the family. Alexander went there. Boris is also leaving for London tomorrow on business, so the girl will have to spend some time alone at the estate. As soon as the old man leaves the house, Catherine immediately goes outside, inhaling fresh air for the first time in a long time. In the morning, Anna and another maid leave the house, and Catherine, as usual, falls asleep in front of the fireplace, but wakes up from the screams outside. After leaving the house, the girl hears voices in one of the buildings. Going inside, Catherine finds farm workers and Anna wrapped in a sheet hanging in the middle of the room. Sebastian, pointing to Anna, says they are hanging pigs. Catherine orders the girl to be released, after which she informs that since they spent Alexander's time and money on this entertainment, the girl will now look after them. Back at the house, Catherine learns the name of a cheeky employee who recently works for them. In the morning, the girl goes out for a walk, meeting Sebastian again. His words that the house is in the other side, Catherine ignores, smiling coquettishly. At nightfall, the girl hears a knock on the door. Opening it slightly, Catherine discovers Sebastian, who says that he is dying of boredom. The girl tries to close the door, but the guy gets into her room. Having cornered Catherine, Sebastian tries to kiss her, but the girl pushes the guy away, after which she pounces on him with kisses, longing for male flesh. This is the first morning in this house when the girl woke up happy. Since that day they constantly meet stealthily, satisfying their needs. Picking mushrooms in the early morning, Anna meets Sebastian walking dogs. The girl hints that his secret meetings with the hostess may end badly, but in response she receives only threats. As night falls, Sebastian returns to Catherine, whom the maid sees through the keyhole. In the morning, Anna enters Catherine's room. Opening the window, she informs that Lester Sr. has returned from a trip to London. At dinner, Boris asks Anna to bring him champagne, which Catherine drank in the absence of men, without revealing her mistress. The maid is humiliated by Lester Sr., who forces her to get on all fours like an animal. After learning of Catherine's betrayal, Boris goes to the barn, where he beats Sebastian, and then orders him to be locked up. After learning about this, Catherine demands that the old man let Sebastian go, for which she receives a slap in the face from Lester. Their next argument ends with Boris going to his room and Catherine propping up the door with a chair. After that, the girl asks Anna to sit next to her, since she does not like to dine alone. Starting to ask the maid about her family, Boris starts knocking on the door, saying that he is ill, but Catherine orders Anna to sit and not open the door. As soon as the screams and knocks subside, Catherine sends the maid for the doctor, and she runs to the barn where Sebastian is locked up. The doctor who arrived can only confirm the death of Lester Sr. Some time later, Catherine receives a letter from Alexander, who cannot come to his father's funeral. The girl is sure that Alexander hated his father and that's the whole reason. After burying Lester the Elder, Catherine almost openly begins dating a guy, and the maids discuss the death of the owner, which Anna blames herself for, since that day Boris ate mushrooms that the girl was picking, which left Anna speechless. Catherine tells Sebastian about this, assuring him that the maid, because of her illness, will not be able to tell the owner anything. The girl confesses her love, saying that as long as she is alive, she will never part with him and will follow him anywhere, even to the next world. One night Catherine wakes up from the noise. Looking out the window, the girl notices Alexander's horse from below. After waking Sebastian, Catherine sends him to the back room, and she begins to wait for her husband, telling him that she woke up to the sounds of the hooves of Loshad. Looking at Catherine, Alexander notices that she has noticeably rounded, not the same as she was before his departure. The girl goes for tea, while drinking which Alexander admits that he has heard rumors about the girl's infidelities, for which he threatens to expel Sebastian. Since Alexander knows everything, Catherine goes to the back room for the guy, whom she puts on the bed after taking off his pants. Catherine climbs on Sebastian in front of Alexander. Enraged, Lester beats Catherine, then begins to fight with Sebastian, but Catherine grabs the lacing and kills her husband, whose lifeless body Sebastian buries in the woods. To hide the traces of Alexander's return, Catherine takes her husband's horse into the forest and kills the animal. Since then, Sebastian has been suffering from insomnia, but Catherine claims that Alexander himself wanted to kill the guy, but they beat him to it. Now they have the right to live a happy life, which a few days later is violated by a woman named Agnes. She brings a boy named Teddy to Catherine's house, informing her that he is the son and heir of Lester Jr., who was dating Teddy's mother, which Catherine cannot believe, but Agnes has official documents confirming this. Catherine believes that the woman is lying about Teddy because only Alexander's hand could get pregnant from Alexander. With the boy in the house, Sebastian refuses to meet Catherine. If they are noticed, the guy will have to leave, so while Teddy is here, Catherine will have to forget about meetings. While watching the boy and the maid play in the morning, Catherine notices Sebastian walking with Anna. The girl runs out into the street, where Teddy begins to molest her, whom Catherine pushes away, which is why the boy runs away in tears. Unable to find Sebastian, Catherine returns to her room, where a maid later arrives to inform them that they cannot find Teddy. With all the household members, they go in search of the boy, whom Sebastian finds at the waterfall. Looking at the boy and the stormy river, a sinister plan is maturing in the guy's head, but conscience still takes over. Sebastian brings Teddy to the house, where Agnes begins to scold him for asking him to bring the boy a blanket, as he was very blown out. Not wanting to be humiliated, Sebastian is about to leave the estate, telling Catherine about the ideal opportunity to get rid of the Lester heir, which he did not take advantage of, but Catherine asks him to wait. Entering the room where Agnes is on duty at Teddy's bed, Catherine persuades the woman to sleep, and she will look after the boy. When Agnes leaves, Catherine lets Sebastian into the room through the window, with which they get rid of the little heir. Sitting next to Teddy, Catherine waits for dawn until Anna appears in the room. At the same time, feeling guilty, Sebastian sobs over Alexander Lester's grave, after which he rushes to the estate, where Catherine deceives the doctor that she fell asleep, and when she woke up, Teddy was already dead. Pointing to the boy's fresh bruises, the doctor asks Catherine if there is anyone else who could have entered the room while the girl was sleeping. At this moment, Sebastian runs in, who confesses to the crime, at the same time betraying Catherine, telling the doctor and the detective about the murders of Alexander and Boris Lester, whom Catherine poisoned with mushrooms. The girl denies, saying that Anna always picked mushrooms, and Sebastian went to the forest with the maid every morning. It is possible that Anna poisoned Lester Sr., because the day before the old man brutally beat Sebastian and locked him in the barn, and Anna can refute if this is not the case. Since the maid was speechless after the death of Boris Lester, she cannot confirm or deny anything. Because of this, Anna and Sebastian are sent to hard labor, after which the rest of the servants also leave the estate, leaving the pregnant Catherine alone in the house. This is the end of the movie. Thanks for watching. Friends, support with likes and subscribe. Good luck to everyone.